Hey guys, Joe here, and here we are for a brand new video. Now this is going to be the For Glory series, and I kind of want to change this series a little bit more into Q&A. And of course, as you can hear, my voice is kind of completely dead. In the last few videos I said that I was getting really sick, and finally kind of hit home run, so of course my voice is a bit dead, but I did not want to stop making videos, so I hope that you still enjoy the video, even though I do have that sexy voice. And essentially what I mean by I want to change this into a Q&A type of, I guess, series, is that really I want to kind of change up the format. I want you guys to ask me questions in the comment section below, and then of course I'll answer the questions. Now they could be anything like what is your main, what did you play in Brawl, pretty much anything you really want to know, as long as it's not too insanely personal. If you say anything super personal, I'll probably make it really not personal, like where do you live, I'll just say like my state or United States, and that'll be all. So then it doesn't get like creepy, but you know I still want to answer y'all's questions. But with that said, oh my gosh, I grabbed that. Essentially, I just had one question that I put up for myself today, and of course you guys probably have a lot better questions, but you gotta wait until the next video for me to answer those. So the first one I want to talk about for myself is what was my first game ever played, and essentially for me it was actually Leaf Green. Other than, I guess you could say, things like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Monopoly for the PC, all those PC games, I guess I was a PC master as a kid. But as far as any console games, it was definitely Pokemon, actually. I guess it's not really a console game, but I would somewhat count it more as a console game than, like Roller Coaster Tycoon or Tonka, whatever that's called, Tonka Construction. I'd call this much more of a game than that. So essentially, my first game was on the Game Boy Advance, and it was indeed Leaf Green. It wasn't the regular blue or red or yellow. I got this game a lot later. I don't really know why. My parents aren't like poor or anything. For some reason they just didn't want to buy any games for a while, so I did really just have to live with that. But that's okay. So essentially, since that's my first game, that's mainly why I want to start doing a bit of Pokemon videos, if you couldn't really tell. I played every single Pokemon mainstream games, a lot of the side games like the Explorers of whatever the heck you want to call it. Sky's my favorite one. And I've also played like Pokemon Snap, I played Pokemon Pinball, all these really kind of more obscure ones. Hey You Pikachu, all that garbage. I actually played the N64 after I played the GameCube though, which is a little bit weird. But yeah, that was probably my first game. Of course, Pokemon Leaf Green. And Pokemon Leaf Green is still probably one of my favorite games. Of course, it does have a lot of problems, and I'm kind of cross in between calling X and Y my new favorite game. I love that game. The competitiveness of X and Y is a lot more, and of course I'm really into competitive games. That's why I try to play Smash Bros. I mean, it's not as competitive as something like Street Fighter for the most part. I mean, I'm getting into Street Fighter a little bit, but yeah, that's the basis of it. I really like to play some Pokemon, and Pokemon is just one of those things I've always really loved. It's a series that really kind of hits home for a lot of people, and I'm hoping that it really does for you. I know for a lot of you, or at least for a decent amount of you, you don't really like Pokemon. It's overshown, overplayed. There's quite a bit of videos about it, but hopefully you can accept a little bit of Pokemon into your life, especially when Pokken Tournament comes out, because that game is very similar to Super Smash Bros. So, by that I mean it's a fighting game by Nintendo, so I really hope that you guys can enjoy that game. Look how good I am. But yeah, that's essentially all I'm really gonna say. I hope you'd enjoy the video. Sorry that it's quite a bit shorter than I hoped it would be. I've edited quite a bit out of it, and also I edited anytime I coughed, and of course my voice is a little bit dead. Sorry if it sounds a bit weird, or if my energy was quite a bit lower than usual. I hope you still did enjoy. Oh, let's get this. Dang. But, I'm really gonna have to get your guys' opinions. Just make sure to leave down a comment below any questions that you have. I feel like this will be a really nice way in order to do a Q&A, because I kind of want to really do that, and I also want to do For Glory, and that'll be a good mix. All that said, thank you all for watching. Hope that this video was edited together well enough. I kind of went all over the place, but hopefully you understood the gist of it, and I'll see you all next time.